Did you even start streaming it yet?
I know. I already like.
Oh, we are recording.
And I know.
And
Right.
part 2.
Thank you for watching this phenomenal podcast. I'm AJ.
Ace.
And WAKKA.
Welcome. Ooh, that's awesome.
That was beautiful.
Awesome. All right. Well,
got it down.
we are in the second episode of We're Alive Descendants. Second episode of this podcast, but it's like the third episode.
Oh, man.
Or second chapter, I guess. I don't know how do you want to describe that.
Chapter.
In We're Alive Descendants. This podcast is only about
man.
We're Alive Descendants, and we're doing reviews. If you haven't, I almost said seen. If you haven't listened to the recent episodes of We're Alive Descendants, please do not watch this because there's a bunch of spoilers in this.
Yeah.
If you don't care, or if you already listened to it, then come join us and let's talk about it more. Man, this is gonna be exciting. I was telling WAKKA and Ace over here that I thought the first listen to the podcast, man, I thought there's not a lot of things to talk about. It's like it's straightforward. And then second listen and third listen, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things in this episode.
Oh, man. Right?
I see dead people.
I see dead people. I hear dead people.
I know. All right, let's talk about just initial. Nothing spectacular, just initial the reaction, the second chapter. Hold on, the title is?
Descendants?
Well, yeah, it's Descendants. But what's the
It
title?
was Survivors of
590.
590.
Yeah,
Survivors
590.
of
I kept
590.
wanting to say 490 like all day, and I'm like, that's not right. Why am I saying 490?
590. Survivors of 590. So yeah, let's just get a brief. What do you think about the episode? Let's start with Ace.
Start with me. All right. So I think this episode was 99% set up. Set expectations, basically confirmed certain opinions and thoughts that we had about some stuff, I believe. Gosh, yeah. I feel like there was so much setup. I was so sad that there wasn't a part 1, part 2 for this specific chapter, but that kind of also goes hand in hand with, I think it was a setup. It's set up for this chapter 3. Chapter 3 is where I think everything's going to start gaining momentum. End of chapter 1, they're like, all right, so here's the hook. Start of chapter 2, all right, here's to make you remember the hook. And then going on, it's like, okay, a little bit of action here, a little bit of peace here, a little bit of information over there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're like, wait for next week. Wait for next time. 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my
man.
Lanta. How about you, WAKKA?
I have to listen to it twice. So I listened to all 3 and then this twice so I can understand the flow of the story. Oh, man. It was exciting. And yeah, there was a lot of oohs and ahs, like, whoa. And I don't know how to explain it. It's just that it all played in my head. But I was trying to think what we thought about on last pod, and I think I'm with Ace. Case. Okay, Ace. I'm with Ace. I'm with Ace here. They're really setting things up for the next one because it just left me in the middle. It's like, come on, this is it. What's next? I need to know what's next. Like they got captured and da 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 da. Oh man,
Dude. All right. Well, my initial thought is this. Okay, like I said earlier, I thought the first listen, there's not a lot in here. It's just a straightforward, And usually it's like in even in the We're Alive story survival, lockdown, and
Go Rush.
I almost said Goldsmith.
Goldsmith.
Gold Rush. Like the first few episodes is just the setup, like here's what we're gonna give you. But man, first, second, third episode, bang, right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's not even like a if you're in volleyball, if you're playing volleyball, if you watch Haikyuu or play volleyball, there's no like toss. There's no receive. It's just spike. You
right
spike
in
and
there.
then it's spike.
Attack,
It's spike and then
attack.
oh my gosh, it was crazy. But I would say though, the show gives me so much. Casey Wayland, dude, you're doing a great job in setting up everything, like giving us showing us the doors and then opening the doors and then shutting it in front of us so we won't have any idea what's going on, and then we will predict like, I think this is what it was, but I don't know. So it's really exciting.
He's just
It's
putting
really
us in a fun house of mirrors.
That's all it is. It's
Right.
like, you see the exit? No, you don't.
No, I love that.
man.
I love that. He probably will be like, yeah, okay, give me all your predictions, give me all your assumptions. Nope, you're wrong. Okay, let's. So the episode started with some soldiers, right? Here's the problem with I guess not a problem. Here's the issue with Descendants, We're Alive Descendants, compared to Story of Survival. It might just be me and WAKKA. I know WAKKA has this problem too. The voices, they're almost similar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like compared to Stories of Survival, they're so distinctive. Like you can tell whose voice is who. Sometimes you get Angel, and there's another one that I get sometimes mixed up. Like when Pete and the other people from Colony show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You mix them up.
Yeah, I got confused with guys from Lockdown. There's a voice in there that sounded
Oh,
like...
absolutely.
Oh
Lockdown
yeah.
is 100%.
Oh yeah, there were two of them that
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
definitely
even
got me a little bit.
even the soldiers, you know, like Muldoon, you can tell, and then Puck, you can definitely tell Puck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
You know,
is
but
it?
sometimes Puck and Saul, like I get mixed up with Puck and Saul's voice. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah. That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. But anyway, so with this one, when they started off the episode, they were gathering supplies. Here's my thought. My initial thought was, I thought it was awesome, and it's still awesome what had happened. I thought it was a backstory when Michael, Angel, and Saul were still soldiers and how it got set up. I thought that's what's going on. Because, and I'm gonna say this right now, dude. The casting of Nick, Vera, and Alex is so spot on that you can tell they are Muldoon's kid, CJ's kid,
Oh my
and
God.
Soul's kid.
Yeah, man.
It fits each mold.
Right?
I will say Alex is taking a different turn than what I
Mm-hmm.
expected. Yeah, like our first like big look at him, really since Gold Rush has been, trauma.
Yeah,
Just lost 6 members, I believe he
Right,
says.
right.
both from both choppers, from
Yeah.
both helicopters. Yeah,
Yeah, so after losing 6, like they really set him up in a way that in Gold Rush saying like, oh, he might be like the problem child, basically. They're like, he might be the guy that's gonna go try to kill as many infected as he can to avenge his dad, blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
Well, the first thing we're really seeing from him outside of him and Nick's kind of spats is run.
Right?
If you don't run, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's only one.
Right,
Like, it's
right,
not.
right.
They're not running. They didn't run into a tribe or a horde or anything like that.
It's
It's
just run.
this one.
Just one.
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. It's probably the most terrifying one
Oh
that
my
So
gosh.
far?
that's been in the entire We're Alive universe yet.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, like this one's the perfected unit.
right.
It's a lot more. It seems a lot more agile, a lot more aggressive than any of the little ones in
yeah,
their prime.
Yeah,
Fat. It seems almost like it's on par with the speed of the runners. I don't
Right.
think it's as fast, but I think it's
Right.
more of a sprinter.
yeah. And it
Oh,
doesn't,
man.
it doesn't just attack down. It snatched them because
Yeah,
the bodies
Yo,
disappear.
man.
It really made it sound like he was digging
Yeah,
because it said before that he was in the walls, he was in the tunnels in the first
Yeah.
chapter.
Okay.
Well, I think that he's literally pulling them down
Dude.
into
Oh,
other
man,
tunnels
that's
that he's
crazy.
hitting around the area because they're in that area still.
yeah.
They never
yeah,
left.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. In
that
the
makes
forest.
sense.
from what we've seen, it has not left that area, that region yet of
Right,
the
right.
arena. It is probably his home. It's all it knows.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All this time I thought his stealth skills were like crazy high because he's coming out of nowhere pulling people. But if it's coming from underground,
Yeah.
that makes total sense.
And it wasn't like at night. You know, like they describe he has darker color. Freaking Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah, called him Darkness. Like I thought she was going crazy. Like the darkness is coming. The darkness is coming. You know.
I thought
Yeah.
it was night. Was it not night? Or was I misleading that?
No,
No,
because
said
they
darkness.
left. They left. They left
West
around midday.
Yeah, yeah. It
Oh,
was
wow.
about morning. Yeah.
West
So
Point,
let's go back to gathering stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think. So I think I got it from the second and third listen. All of these are set up by the trappers. This wasn't like the this is just my assumption, and by connecting all the dots, the trappers got a hold and hacked their radio system, just like what the prisoners did. So they giving them wrong information, so where to go, and because they like their team had no idea what they're doing there. They just said there was a disturbance, right?
Yeah, it was like a rest. What
Yeah.
is it?
You're talking about what group didn't know?
Yeah, yeah. The second
which group?
chopper.
Oh,
Vera.
no. Okay, so the reason that they didn't know is because Nick made all of that.
Oh, WAKKA, did you hit the lights?
that
It's like, oh, it's at night now.
was a quick darkness.
Oh shoot!
The darkness is coming.
Darkness is dude.
Wireless and up.
I know
Oh,
it's
nah.
the chords. Some there you go. Some difficult.
Staring in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know. What were you saying?
So Nick knows exactly why they're going because he's the one who wrote the orders.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Nick. It was Michael.
No. Nick
no.
got on Michael's computer
Remember,
and
yes.
wrote the thing.
The last
remember,
chapter, yeah.
End of part 2, chapter 1.
Yeah.
It literally has Michael going, "You little piece of,"
Yeah,
because he
remember,
got into the computer.
Yeah, so again, I had to rehear this again.
Re-listen.
So,
Re-listen.
Re-listen. I had to re-listen to all of this.
Rehear? What the heck is rehear?
It's an
Close
English
enough.
word.
Okay.
It's an English word
Sorry.
in my dictionary, at least.
Okay.
So yeah, what Ace was saying is that it was all Nick. Remember, Nick and Mike were arguing in the room.
Yeah.
And then the annoying person that you don't like, was it Dora, Dean, Donna? I forgot her name. She was telling, "Come on, Mike, you need to come. We need you now."
Yeah.
So once he pulled him out of the room, then that's when Nick took advantage of his absence and made some changes on the computer. Remember?
Yeah, he went looking for the
The
password book that he gave
Exactly.
Michael.
No,
He's,
because what my thought was, I feel like all of that is a trap because there's no way that Michael made that list, because if you're looking at the timeline,
He didn't. Because
Right.
remember, like,
Nick did.
well, because
That's why Nick was so confused. He's like, "Oh yeah, like give him a break. He's just old. He's out of out of practice." It's because
gotcha.
Nick messed up the orders. He
Gotcha.
got them the chopper. He got them the guns.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that makes
But
sense now.
he didn't give them ammunition and
Gotcha.
he didn't give them
Yeah.
gas.
Because in my thought, I was like, if these are all trappers' information, of course they're not gonna want the ammo. They
No.
just want the guns and the helicopter.
it's possible that someone tampered what was tampered. Maybe if that's want
Yeah.
to put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what happened. Remember, at the end of that episode, Mike came out and was like, "That little blah blah blah," because you hear the helicopter leaving, and then that's when he got that drastic moment. Got stabbed.
That was the timeline. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got
and
it,
then
got it.
this episode is just now their point of view of what was going on before they took off.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I
so
didn't listen to the
it's
previous
almost like it
episode.
went back like
Yeah.
a half hour.
Yeah. Right.
From the end of chapter 1.
Gotcha.
So he's saying like, oh, like he's like, you really are Saul's kid because he
Yeah.
went in, he made his own orders.
Yeah.
Oh, and then-
he
and then-
butchered the orders.
So when
but
they-
he got them going to the place they needed to go.
So when they left, they just so happened to see the other chopper.
Yeah. Because this mission was a fake.
So I think that part was the setup. Was the other chopper? I think they're the ones that got kind of baited
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Because remember
Yeah,
Lisa on the first chapter where Nick and Lisa were, having their little date moment before they took off.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa was called in, went with Alex on that car, and then they had a mission to go to, and that was it. That's what I think it was.
No, I agree because there wasn't enough. Like this was a day apart,
Yeah, exactly.
so like there wasn't really time for there to be anything else.
But it was funny that this made a fitting excuse of like none of them knew the mission, and then the chopper pilot was like, "Hey, this is a rescue mission."
Yes.
Yes, that's what it all
So-
kind of.
Yeah, like that was like the bittersweet of it because they're like now all the soldiers minus 1 is like or minus 2 because technically Vera did know. That's why she told Nick like only mission essential information because she didn't
Exactly.
want them being like, you know too much, like shut up.
Yeah. Exactly.
And also like they could see things that maybe the two of them couldn't because they were too involved with Tanya's book or journal.
Yeah.
So you follow now?
Yeah. No,
All
I
right.
get it. I get it. I was just going the rabbit hole of the trappers. Like it
But
makes
yeah.
sense how they're smart. Like they know what they're doing.
Well, it sounds like the one is making Kurari darts.
Yeah. I know.
A what? A Huda dart?
Kurari darts, poison darts.
Oh, that dart.
Yeah.
I thought it was something special from
Yeah.
their weapon because you know how
Yeah.
when they landed and their chopper was taken and all their equipments were taken. I thought that's what's included.
I think they might be using like a dart gun, not a blow dart exactly, but like
Yeah.
but yeah, it looks like they're making tranquilizers, and
Right.
it's been 18 years since the start of everything.
yeah.
So there's no way that there's just random darts lying around still. So that means that this person knows how to make them.
Yeah.
Right.
Which also goes into why Nick said they're her darts. It's her poison.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Walrus is just kind of there.
Right?
Let's talk about real quick how they in this episode they involve so many animals.
Animals. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, black
Yeah.
cats,
You got
black
the black
swan, walrus,
The
boar.
boar. I low-key like the walrus because when I think about the walrus, I think about the character from the skin character in Overwatch. When he, you know,
We're talking about Roadhog.
Talking about Roadhog.
Oh my gosh.
I think about him. It's fitting.
Wait, that accent though. Where do you think he's from?
I believe he's Irish. I might be wrong. Sorry.
Yeah,
It sounds Irish
Scottish.
or
Yeah,
Scottish.
it does
Yeah.
kind of give me that Scottish Irish kind
Yeah,
of
like a
vibe.
European
vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Or
sounds
like
pretty dope.
even like could be like even like Australian. Like it could be given that like down under like kind of control or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I am the bounty hunter because
Yeah.
when I think of bounty hunters I always go to Australia.
He looks big but not fat.
Yeah.
He
know?
sounds big.
Like he's
Yeah,
like
he sounds big.
he makes me think of like a tank of a man. Like,
Right.
Right.
like not like a little bit thinner version of like The Rock. Like that's kind of what I think. Like
I still
like,
can't.
beefy, strong, but not like a freaking mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I
Or
still
Demon.
think of Roadhog, the skin of that
Yeah,
war.
yeah,
Because it's fitting.
That guy's just fat.
But yeah. So yeah, their code names, their animal names.
At least for the two, Walrus and Boar, and then Vera named themselves as Black Cat, and
Which that's
Black
pretty
Swan.
normal for like military-esque.
Yeah.
Taking on the
Yeah.
persona of some kind of animal.
Yeah, because in Story of Survival they did birds.
Yep.
They did
all,
birds in
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yep. They were all had call signs as birds.
What
Nest,
was
all that stuff.
their
Broken
bird called?
wing.
Broken wing.
Yeah.
Broken
Or
wing.
description of a bird.
Raven, you know.
toucan.
Yeah,
Toucan,
toucans.
raven. That's right.
Albatross.
Ooh,
Who's
that's
albatross?
Yeah.
Albatross
It was
is Kelly.
Kalani.
Oh, Kalani. That's right. Kalani. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
And then, so we started flying. Oh no, we shifted from there. We went to a huffing and puffing, dying Michael.
Yeah. Okay. So from the beginning of them taking off, then yeah, it was going into Huffing and Puffing Michael.
Yeah, with Hope. Holy smokes!
Oh, yeah, I heard
Hope.
Hope.
The moment I heard it, I was like, I knew it was gonna go to her.
Yeah.
I knew it was
It
gonna
was
go to
good.
her.
I was like,
Dude.
she's missing on coming back.
Yeah, we even mentioned that I think in the last cast, like
Yeah.
that,
So-
like
someone
she was
actually-
like the main character we were missing.
Yeah,
we heard from almost everyone else.
Someone actually said on the Facebook fan page that she said, I know it's a woman. She said that didn't we like nobody realized that the person who handed Nick the journal might be Hope, and I was like, I don't think that was Hope. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like,
I was gonna say.
think
I
that
had
was
my
Hope.
thoughts on that.
I would say I think you mentioned it after the podcast. You're like, yeah, could it be? But I don't think so as well. I think that she's one of the few people that could have and should have had access to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, of course, because it's Tanya and
yeah,
Hope.
it,
That's
yeah,
it.
I would
it's that
assume
duo.
I would assume that everyone recognized it was Hope. I mean, I get Dean, the desk jockey that we were trying
Dean,
to figure
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dean didn't recognize her, maybe, but I would assume he would recognize
Like
Hope
Nick
because
would-
she's.
I would think so
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
as of right now, she's probably one of the most recognized doctors.
Well, because the end of the Story of Survival, Puck said something about Hope because they
Yeah.
were mocking
She'll
Hope.
stick-
It's
she'll
like
stick
this
you with a
blank-
catheter
yeah,
before you get-
exactly.
Yeah, right.
exactly.
So she's a popular
So
one.
they know her, but I don't think that was Hope. Whoever handed I almost said Soul. Whoever handed Nick the journal.
I think that it's either going to be someone that's going to come up later, or I still kind of have my thoughts that it could be someone from the family trying
Yeah.
to create
Yeah.
a trail of some kind. Because, at this point, I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that one.
Although with
I
that,
don't want to linger too much.
although in that whole scene, you can picture that they're running, right? They
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
be rushing, and
Oh,
Hope
yeah.
is blind.
Well, so she's only mostly blind now
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, 'cause
the
she got the
surgery
surgery.
kind of helped. Like, she could see blurry now. So
Yeah.
she's legally blind, most likely. But, like, what if they were able to make it even a little bit better? And what
Yeah.
if they were able to, like, get her, like, some kind of crazy glasses prescription or something out? Like,
Right.
because she was prepping for surgery.
Yeah, she was
Like,
prepping. She
Oh
said,
my gosh,
like,
you're right. You're right.
Keep the knife
You're right.
in, Michael. You can't take it out.
Yeah, because
Knives.
Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah,
knives.
because
I know.
Michael said, "What is this?"
I was tripping when he said
Don't
knives
take it out.
because when I heard the chapter where he got stabbed, I was like, those are some quick stab. It was one hand, but if it's two, probably he used two hands, maybe.
Well, so it made the sound of one getting thrown at him. So what if one got thrown and stuck into him, and then another one or what if he stabbed him, and while they were like wrestling on the ground is kind of what it sounded like, or wrestling against the desks, blah blah blah. They pulled out another one and stabbed before dipping.
I see.
So, but that, all right, I'm gonna get into the families now with that.
Okay.
Like, so going into lockdown, anytime their weapon is drawn, is what's said, they must draw blood.
Oh.
So I thought it, like, I mean, I could be way off the mark with that. I could be overthinking it 1,000 miles a second, but it really seemed like it could have been like pulling at that again, like, a weapon was drawn, therefore they had to draw blood.
Yeah.
Man.
And they with Michael.
Yeah.
Also, this is a setup to take Michael out of most of the picture. This is making me think he's not going to die anymore.
Let's go back to that. Let's we're gonna talk about by the end of this podcast. Here comes the screen. By the end of this podcast, let's talk about how our prediction is, because your prediction is phenomenal. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Like by the end of this pod. But for now, let's just stick with the timeline real quick. After he's huffing and puffing, and Hope said, "Don't take out the knife." The knives, yeah. And he's like, "What happened?" And then we heard the yelling pegs. You know? Michael.
Pegging character.
Michael. Pegs. It gives me so like nostalgic memory of them yelling at each other.
I heard him say
Michael.
pegs. I felt that he went so. What's the pansy when he say pegs? I mean,
he's
I know
dying,
he's
of
hurting, he's
course.
dying, but
Yeah.
it felt pegs. That's all I heard. Pegs.
Yeah. And then. So it's interesting to me that Kelly got there before Victor. Let's let's talk about that first. That it most likely, we don't know. I'm just assuming, of course. Most likely Kelly and Victor are together, but Kelly got there before Victor. Okay, that's like because if you look at it, I always go in the scriptwriter or director's perspective. You know, like Casey, when he like thought about this, who would have gone first? Was it Victor or Kelly? No, Kelly's more close to Michael, so let's put Kelly first before Victor. You know what I mean?
That's what I thought.
Right,
That's what I
right.
thought too.
So it would be like that. And then Victor got there, only had one line. That's it, just one line.
So is he okay?
Or one or two lines, because
Yeah.
he said we've never encountered like this.
We've been out of the loop for
Yeah,
so long.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said that. There's some question. I have some questions in there. Questions when it comes to Kelly. She said, who would have done this or something like that?
Right.
I feel like she wasn't using her lawyer ability, or it's either that or it's just all rusted out, like, because someone as a Kelly from Story Survival wouldn't ask that question.
I mean, like, yes and no, because, like...
No, because I feel like Kelly on Story Survival would have said, oh, these are the, like, say this will be from the Republican or this and that, instead of saying, oh, who would have done
They've
this?
had 18 years of peace almost 18 years of consistent peace. So it's like she hasn't been like grilling people and thinking everyone's the enemy. Story of Survival, everyone was the enemy.
Right, but also, the Republicans and the Trappers are not like a it's a common knowledge to everybody. You know what I mean?
I feel like Trappers are gonna be a lot more like a lower group because people might almost like push them off as bounty hunters. And it's like, like because when they all got caught, like they didn't know what was happening.
Right.
Like and
the trappers and the tribal people are two completely different group of people. You know what I mean?
Tribal people.
You mean tribal people, the people that worships ink?
The followers?
Yeah, the followers. They're
followers.
different group of people.
Yeah.
You know what
100%.
I mean? Like, I feel like the trappers
one's in it for the money, one's in it for the religion.
Yeah. And this is where I go with what you said, right? That Michael might not be dead because of what Peg said.
Right.
Because that whole scene with Peg saying, Nick, you need to come back.
home. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Casey Wayland will just kill off Michael without Nick being there.
Yeah, and I mean, they could, because, I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be another Angel situation.
Right.
Right.
But-
Oh, you're right.
But, like, instead of it being nobody there,
Mm-hmm.
it would be all but the one person that you really
one
want to
person.
be there.
Yeah, but because the intensity of how Peg said the whole thing, you know, like we need Nick here, and then on what happened to Nick afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like
It's kind
gonna
of
be
setting
there.
up, again, setting up that race against the clock. Like, will he get back in time?
right.
Which, like, I mean, because that he could die either right before he gets back or right as he gets back. But I'm definitely on the line, more on the line of he's gonna live now than he's gonna die.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. So, I'm not gonna mention your name because I'll probably butcher your name on Facebook fan page. Who's so upset about what I said that Michael is gonna die. You're right. I don't think he's gonna die.
I finally came to terms that Michael's gonna die. I finally came to terms. And now you guys saying that he might stay alive?
And now you're gonna get to the point where like, all right, he's gonna live. Gone.
Oh man, that's gonna
Just like
hurt.
that.
Playing with my emotions. Playing with my emotions.
Right.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. And then so when Pegs made that old statement, you know, all of that statement, Nick, we need you here, or did someone contact Nick, or things like that. It gives me an idea that that's gonna be the setup of Michael. What you said before, that they're gonna set him aside. He's gonna be in coma, or he's gonna be bedridden, or things like that.
Right.
And let the main characters play their role.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
In a sense,
perfect
right?
because it really gave him the opportunity to play the role that Michael is.
Mm-hmm.
He is that high up kind of commander position.
Yeah.
He is the intel
Right.
of he's like the legendary intel of intel when it comes to them.
Yeah.
Right.
That like CJ's like only person I can trust. He's the person that's gonna get all the information. He's gonna lead the military. And then they're like, so they set him up. They're like, okay, like Michael's back to form, but we don't want him to take the show, so throw a knife at him.
Is it Major Sergeant? I forgot.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because I heard someone yelling Major Sergeant or something like that.
Major Sergeant.
Yep.
Major Sergeant. Yeah. And then
man.
from there we went back to the chopper.
Yeah,
with
Chopper.
them. Yeah. Right.
And where they were discussing about, so what's this mission about? That's where
Yeah,
it was all,
yeah.
what's going on.
So we got the names
Yeah.
of few people in the chopper, right? We got we only got Vera and Nick, right? Like the rest of the other 6.
I remember one of them pulled out they got Hawthorne, and then I forgot I think there was 2 girls. Were there 2 girls? 2 other girls? Because it was supposed to be an 18.
No, the pilot's a woman.
Correct.
Yeah, the pilot's a
'Cause-
woman.
And the reason I remember that is because she's the one who got darted while on the
that's right,
roof.
right on
That's
the
right,
roof,
that's
and
right.
She
Oh.
fell.
That's right.
So sad.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about. I guess it's not. It's important for me because it's my bro Datu. They got Meta 9 and Meta 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yep.
Meta 9 and Meta 7. Bro.
Yeah.
Mata.
The Mata
7.
guns, yeah.
Mata
Speaking
7,
of
Mata 9.
Datu, when I listened to it again, I feel bad. I take it back. It wasn't a Filipino dude. He was definitely Asian, but sounded more French on that last episode. You know, I thought. You know, when I
the
said
guy who's offering
his daughter.
Oh,
to
yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
Yeah, so I take it back. I swear, I thought I heard him say a Tagalog
Way to
word.
go. Way to go.
My bad. I take it back. But yeah, so
Shaming
yeah,
all our people.
I'm not.
Those are our people, Waka.
Okay, going back to the Mata. Yes, Mata 7, Mata 9, and one of the Matas has a new technology.
The sensor, bro.
Yep,
It
exactly.
has
Heat
the
sensor.
The heat sensor. Yeah.
But
Hopefully they make this thing standard issue.
yeah, but apparently,
Sick.
apparently that takes up a lot of power, so it's only like a 60 second. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat. I mean, what else that was?
And so from there we went and back to the chopper. So can we just say then that whoever talked to Vera is the information about Michael?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
Nope.
about the
Dean,
chopper.
Dean
was-
gave information about the chopper and didn't want it to be over comms because they didn't want Nick to hear.
Yeah. So it's nothing. They don't know about Michael.
I
yet.
don't believe
No,
so.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think Dean might around this point because this is probably around the time when it happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like because of Dean being there, he might know, but he might be not giving information yet. Or when he went to reach out to give information,
He
they
found
could
out.
have already. It could have been too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Dean had information about Lisa's team.
Correct.
That was
That's my belief.
That's what I believe too, because Nick was getting all antsy. He's like, "Who is it? Who is it? What team is this?"
Yeah, and it was also like Vera. I don't think Vera would have memorized that their chopper was 590. Like, I don't think that she would have just memorized that random piece of information that would have otherwise had no value.
Right.
She could have. She very well could have. They could have. Like, she could now know about Michael,
Right.
but I do think it was about the
Lisa.
chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa and Alex.
Yeah.
From there we landed, right?
Yep.
We landed.
Ooh.
Yeah, we landed, and
Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back. So you're saying because now we believe that Vera is very much like her mom, right?
Yep.
100%. Yeah, like
So,
all of them. Like look at Nick.
No.
It's
The reason why I
totally
say
Saul.
that because CJ has the tendency of withholding information that
Yes.
might
Oh yeah,
jeopardize.
and you see how
She might know
like-
about Michael.
like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, could.
Okay, now I see it. Oh my gosh, I'm
And
getting
you
all
could-
goosebumps right now.
you could also see how well prepped is CJ is Vera.
Yeah.
You know, like everything, like telling the rest of the groups, you know, do this and do that, you know, and telling Nick, hey, you gotta stay put. Nick really respect her. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it really seems like the Saul to CJ
Yeah,
connection.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't like what you're saying, but I know you're right, and I know I have to do that
He
if we're
wasn't
gonna
kidding.
succeed.
Nick really represents his dad. I'm like, man, a lot. But yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that. I just
Okay, so when we landed, Nick was freaking out. It's like, who's that? What happened? What line is that? Who is that? You know, is that Lisa? And I like what he said there. He said that if I'm important, if I'm essential, I need to know. I gotta prepare myself.
Yeah, he says mission essential.
Yeah,
right.
yes, yeah. I gotta prepare myself. And Vera said, "Well, you better prepare yourself.
yeah,
You
I
better
thought that
prepare
was
yourself."
intense. He was like, oh,
I was actually in that moment expecting them to find a dead Lisa. I thought Lisa.
Oh,
Was
I
gonna
thought
really?
Lisa
die.
was gonna die.
I thought they were gonna find Alex fine.
Yeah.
I did expect that. I thought he was gonna be the only survivor. I didn't expect it to be both of them.
Yeah.
So that was a nice
Yeah.
surprise because that
Yeah.
opens up a lot of character development between.
That's true.
Between
Vera
Vera,
and-
Nick, Lisa, and Alex.
Yeah. I wasn't. I knew she would be alive only because of the angel and the girlfriend kind of thing. It's
Yep.
like, I don't want that again. You know, look, don't give me that. So I was hoping not to be like that again. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
So I was
see.
like, she'll be alive. She'll be alive. She gotta be
I
alive.
just thought Lisa was gonna go. I was like, oh, Vera has her chance now. She might just take this time.
Right, and I thought it was going to be set up for that.
Yeah, because now you guys saying like Vera is like her mom's like she might pull a mom move. You know how she was trying to convince Saul in one of the episodes, like, you gotta move
Dude,
on.
I
You
know.
gotta move on.
Lindsay's
I know. It's
dead.
like
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
It's like that CJ Soul and Lizzie 2.0 again. You
I
know?
know,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was crazy. It was just like that. And then they found a hole. Right?
They found a tunnel.
They
Yep.
found a tunnel.
And it was a new one.
Yeah.
With a follower. Do you think that was the
It was the guy who had the writings, the gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was.
That's the same
Ink's,
hole?
I think that's Ink's notes.
Oh.
yeah, the one that they found in the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what
that's
I
the
think.
same
Yeah.
hole. Oh my goodness.
So that would.
Do you
mean,
think it's the same hole or it's the different?
I think it's a different. I think it might be one of the holes that it dug, chasing everybody.
Gotcha.
So that means that the last guy that lived in the like the halfway point of part 1,
Yeah.
I think that was his body because he was the one who had. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me, and I didn't have time to.
It's not Judd, is it?
No.
No.
It was one of the other side guys, right? That was digging.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was like the actual follower because Judd wasn't the follower. Judd was the
So, Cole.
contracted.
So there was Cole and Shelley. Those were the only two followers.
Yeah, I think it was Cole because then
You're
because
right.
then Nick hears did they just say Cole?
Yeah, I kid you not. I listened to when they encountered the black dude. Sorry, not in a racist way. The new creature.
Yeah. With green eyes.
With green eyes.
Ink's son.
Ink Sun.
Well,
maybe,
I
maybe,
believe.
Well,
maybe
Same green
Ace.
eyes.
No,
Same green eyes.
I know we believe that, but man, I'm gonna mention some of the fan theories that they have in the fan page.
But I kid you not, I listened to that part so many times. Like, how did Nick understand it saying Cole? Because it said,
dude, I
something-
listened to that multiple times and I didn't get it. Like
exactly.
I thought he said come at first.
I know. That's
Yeah,
what I
like,
thought. It
I
said.
thought-
So like so I definitely like once I like was listening to it a second time, I could kind of hear Cole. It was like kind of like a muffled
I don't know.
trail.
Yeah.
I don't know
But, I
because I
mean,
was expecting a Cole, but it said I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but
no, like it did give me almost an exact depiction of when Ink said it's Paul.
Oh, it's Paul.
well, when Nick said it, or not Nick, when Ink said it, you can actually hear him say something.
But like he was someone that was turned, and I believe that Ink's son or whatever this is was bred as one of them.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
turn. He wasn't a hyper intelligent that got turned. He was bred.
yeah.
Oh man,
So since we're talking about that, then I'm gonna mention some of the fan theories that I read about who this creature is, right? And I guess we can go. I don't even know in what order, but one of the fan theory, which it didn't make sense in my head. But I applaud you, whoever you are who said this, and if you're watching this podcast, I thank you so much. We're gonna talk about your opinion. Of course, it's your opinion, and we're
not taking credit for it.
yeah, we applaud you. We applaud you for this. I would mention your name, but I don't know if you want your name to be mentioned in a public forum like this.
Okay.
You said that guy might be Saul. That when he died and exploded and he evolved to a different kinds of zombie because of his blood, right? And it makes sense with the skin, because Saul was black, but not with the eyes, because Saul didn't have green eyes. At least it wasn't mentioned in the story Survival.
I believe Lizzie was the one with the green eye.
Right. That was one of the assumption that was the creature. Another one was, I don't know if you guys can always jump in,
Yeah,
that opinion.
Well, whatever it is was obviously down there when it all happened, because as I was thinking about it, I was like, the black skin, I don't think it was born with black skin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's burned.
Oh.
It was in the explosion.
Yeah, it was right there when that happened. That's right.
Well, it could be, or it's just the evolution of the skin, because
It could.
remember
It
the
could.
zombies, like it's starting from, like the little ones have gray skin.
It had 18 years to mold down there. It had no sun, no nothing. It
Yeah,
must have.
yeah. So like I'm kind of on the in between, like but like if it was Saul in that case, I could see that theory with it being because like he was light skinned, I believe they say at a point.
Yeah.
And so it's like if he was burned, that would
Yeah.
that could give credit to that.
But
Yeah.
he exploded though, when his body, like he was
You would
with
think-
Cody.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I
He
definitely-
was right next to Cody. Yep.
I can see where the theory would come, but I don't think that's I don't
Yeah.
think that
I don't-
that's the be all
yeah.
end all of
Yeah.
it.
I can't
I think
link
he's
to
gone.
that.
I don't
think
think
Saul
he's
is
gonna
gone,
come
gone.
back.
Right.
Yeah.
Another theory that I saw was, what if it was Angel's kid? Because the girlfriend, when he died, they buried
Oh,
her,
yeah.
and someone dug up her
Oh wow.
her thing, right?
body,
her
yeah.
body,
Her thing.
and you got her grave, and you gotta remember it's Angel's girlfriend. So what if she was pregnant, and then she got turned, and then one of the zombies or Ink took her and experimented the kid.
So
You know?
Ooh.
my thought to that is I don't think the time would line up for that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the little ones,
Mm-hmm.
almost all of the little ones were like impregnated toward the beginning
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
shortly or by Ink, I believe. Or I don't think any of them were impregnated by Ink. But they were all pregnant.
Oh no, some of them got impregnated.
Were they-
Because remember, there was some moms with like dead moms, and
Yeah.
they gave birth to a fetus and it's dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's progressing.
Yeah, but yeah, so like
'Cause I think even Riley said, "Did she?" And then she stopped.
Oh,
midway. Yeah.
You're right.
Wait,
but like
what?
so like I think the way that they grew from the little one's growth and their aging and now we're in multi generations later for them, I feel like it would be too slow for it to be essentially a day 0 zombie, because she would have had to have given birth to one of the first test subjects, which, if she did, possible.
Right,
I think that could have been one of the little ones down the road.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, if I'm looking at it that way, I think for Angel's kid, it would be more likely that somehow he was brought back by one of the families, and he could have been the assassin.
Who?
Angel?
I think Angel's son would be a more likely
Gotcha.
in that light as the assassin, because maybe that's why he looks like Angel. I did see, a theory about it being a twin and stuff like that.
We talked about that from
we
the
did
last
talk
part.
about you mentioned that.
This is a twin, because we never know about the siblings. We only know about the father, right?
Yeah, we know.
Angel had siblings?
No,
we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
We know that he had a dad. We know that
it's part of the family.
The family.
A very special family. Yeah.
Yep, and we know that we know that Darai was good friends with Mr. Tenuto. Like that.
Yeah.
That's literally the connections that we know for that.
Right. Another theory, and I think these are the only ones. I might have read a lot more, but another
There were
theory.
a lot.
Another theory besides the one that we mentioned from the last podcast, that it was one of the zombies that Saul saw when he was going with Cody. We trying to approach Cody in the end part of Story of Survival. Besides that one, he said that what if that was one of the descendants? Because remember, the smoke was coming from underground. Yes. What if that was the descendant and he's brewing underground, and when the explosion happened, it opened door for him to come out.
Oh, that's crazy.
And see, that's why I thought, that's why I believe that was like his final test, because I think the thing that the little ones were missing was being brewed in their quote unquote home, almost like their oxygen.
Right. No. Well, his theory was this was the descendants from back in years and years and years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because they still don't know where the origin of it.
Right. Yeah. So
they just have the theories.
That's what they think. So it's interesting to go and look at that, like, who the heck is this person or this being? I'm still leaning towards that's what Saul saw in the end of the Story of Survival.
Yeah, I think there's a real strong argument for that.
Yeah,
real strong.
Oh yeah.
I really think the same thing.
The only, just because I want to play devil's advocate and have because I do want to have something on both sides. Like that, it makes perfect sense. The only literally the only thing I think I can dig from that to find try and find a hole is just that I don't think that the descent those older zombies would have
survived.
I don't think that they would have played with ink well, because they might could have thought as ink as inferior, being a half or blah blah blah, because it's showing all the descendants. It's showing that they're progressing rapidly. They're talking about city civilizations being built from their saliva, their cement saliva, stuff like that. And so if they're that advanced, and ink had them make tunnels,
right?
So that's the only thing that I think it was a test subject, especially because Saul saw that one.
Yeah.
And I think he saw, I don't think he saw a mass amount of them. I think he saw
just one.
One.
Yeah.
Or
one or two.
Very, very
maybe.
few.
Yeah, given. Yeah, because there's a reason why Saul said, "You were right, Michael. You were right. I saw one in there." And it there's a reason why he said that, and that pins points, of course, to that one.
It made it sound so big because
it did.
It made it sound so huge, and I'm assuming this guy is enormous, probably 2-3 times bigger than The Rock, enormous. But the way they depicted this burnt skin, I'm not gonna say black skin, burnt skin guy, because I'm leaning towards that he got burnt. It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, WAKKA.
I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I just remembered. There was a comment that said it's Fredo.
Fredo.
Fredo. I thought that was in lockdown. Fredo was in lockdown.
You mean that big dude?
Yeah, Fredo. No. We've already seen him.
Yeah, or heard him.
We've seen him.
Yeah.
He turned.
He was one of the big ones.
Yeah, he was one of the big
Like
ones.
he was like he was the big one that killed
Yep.
killed all the
That's
soldiers.
right. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
He
it's
was
not
the main-
Fredo, because there's no way that.
because he was the beefiest,
Yeah, it's-
strongest guy
Yeah,
there. He
that's
was
right.
a monster.
And he's one of
And he turned.
one of Ink's first experiments. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, he was.
the
Yeah.
first.
And they're stubborn. They don't listen to Ink. That's what.
Yeah.
He was I think he was like the only one that Ink could control. He was the perfected big one.
Behemoth.
Yeah, he was the perfected
Perfected
behemoth.
behemoth.
I
Did he break the wall in Colony?
No, it wasn't.
No,
Because he died at the.
I believe he
Oh,
died
that's
at the
right.
jail.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Gotcha.
another behemoth.
Gotcha. So going from there, they got attacked. They went in the I almost said rabbit hole, the zombie hole. It sounds so sexual and so wrong. They went the hole. They went in the hole and they're looking for people from the first chopper, and they heard the M16 firing.
Yeah.
So they started running outside of the hole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
When they ran outside the hole.
I think they really only ended up going in like a few feet.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought this. Okay. This hole.
Yeah, because they found the
Because
dead
they
person.
almost immediately, went into the park.
So it is a zombie hole because all this time, because they were saying things about this and that, it made me felt like it was a man-made hole.
Well, yeah. So like all the tunnels in that area, because they're by the arena.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the arena was Ink's home
HQ.
ground.
That's his HQ.
That's right.
That's where his desk was.
Samantha.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Don't.
Sorry.
I can't cry again.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yes. Okay. So that's his main spot, his HQ. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then and when they heard the M16, they started running. They're trying to talk to the pilot. At first, they can get a hold of the pilot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they
so they hear like one thing back,
Mm-hmm.
and they say that I believe she says she'll relay something to Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Or contact Dean about something, and then as soon as that's done, it's over.
Yeah.
And I think at that point it's a scrambler.
Yeah.
I think they just can't reach her because it
5-9 had the
wasn't
same mission.
because Alex saw her fall,
Oh.
and since at this point they hadn't gotten Alex yet.
Huh.
Interesting.
I think it has something to do with the trappers.
No. I think the trappers scrambled their.
Yeah.
Their
radio
Because
comms,
when Nick reached Lisa, and Lisa said, I've been trying to get a hold of anybody and I can't.
Yep.
You know, and it has to be the trappers.
I think it's like as soon as they got to a certain point is where the scramblers started kicking in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So like when they were running back to the chopper, I think they might have been able to actually contact the pilot, but they at that point they weren't trying. They're like, we can't get through to them. Something must have happened.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think they were so far away from the chopper until they were going back.
Well,
It's
they were trekking.
Yeah.
That not for long, but they were trekking because they were like, Nick kept trying to run ahead,
Right.
and so Vera had to say
Vera.
together as a unit. Together, so
Okay,
like they were
that makes
moving.
sense. Okay, you're right. I remember now.
Because then when they turned around and started sprinting, they were having a hard time because of the Mata gun and because of everything.
So heavy.
Everything was just heavy.
Yeah, like I mean,
Right.
I imagine the Mata gun literally being like a 50-pound
Right.
beast.
Yeah. With the air tank and all. Yeah.
Yeah,
And right now the Mata 9 has a lot of stuff in it, so it's
Yeah.
got to be a little bit heavier.
I
you know?
feel
What
like
does the
that-
MATA stand for again?
That's his last
It's
name.
his last
That's
name, yeah.
Datu's last
Datu
name.
Mata.
Datu Mata. Yeah. That's
And-
my boy.
and it all came because oh my goodness, I'm forgetting his name right now. The old guy.
Oh. I
That's
don't
all.
know. Yeah. I forgot
Oh
his name.
no,
It's not Bert.
It's gonna come to me later.
I know.
It's gonna come to me like the moment we stop. But he's like, you should call it the Mata gun. You know,
Yeah.
Smith and Wesson, like all
Yes,
this stuff.
yes,
It's like
that's right,
all
that's
these
right.
people naming guns after themselves. You should do it.
Okay. Okay.
When they reached from where the shooting is happening, they didn't see any bodies. They know there was a It was the last bit of Madigan, and they started screaming. They're like, "Oh, they're running
Like,
out
I
of
know that
Mada
sound.
bullets." Yeah.
Yep.
And I know that
Yeah, I
sound.
definitely know that sound.
Yep.
But they didn't see anybody, and until they saw Alex, right?
Yep. So Alex was the first person they saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop! Don't shoot.
Yeah, because they saw the heat signature.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're watching.
Yeah. They were surrounded.
And then they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Alex. Okay, go." Wait, we're surrounded.
Yeah.
Or no, they said we're surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Alex. We're fine. And then all of a sudden, they started getting picked off.
Yeah,
Yep.
I feel like I can picture Alex like running, and then like, oh, it's Alex, and then Alex went past him, like run.
It's the whole like, "Hi guys, bye
What are
guys."
you guys doing?
I know.
Run! Yeah,
I know.
that's what
Dude,
I thought too.
I can see Muldoon doing that.
Okay.
It was
okay.
a perfect kid for sure.
So who was surrounding them, by the way?
I think the surrounding them was Alex coming from ahead of them,
Yeah.
and what I'm still gonna call Ink's son going around them.
That quick?
Yeah, because I mean, we heard how fast it was in the first chapter.
Yeah.
But
It
you're,
was fast.
but you're saying
Yeah.
because
And it was going through the floor.
Okay.
It's going at the floor under them at this point.
Oh,
So it could have
man.
gone in a tunnel over there, come
Oh.
out at a tunnel over there just by going under them, and like if he's running in tunnels, it could be echoing sounds.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Because I don't think there were multiple. Also, it could have been the trappers closing in.
That's
Yep.
what I
So
thought. I
it's
thought
like-
it was trappers.
I think it's one of those two, if not both of those things.
Yeah.
Because the trappers did seem to be more towards the helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
don't think that they could have run from where they were to the helicopter
Oh, that
without
makes
being
sense.
spotted.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
right. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's possible,
That's
but like,
crazy.
because there was only two of them.
Yeah.
And I bet you those
There wasn't a
trappers,
crew.
I bet you those trappers were so happy to see the Black Swan, because
Oh,
the
yeah.
first chopper was like broken, it like damaged,
Right.
Got damaged for
Yeah,
sure.
because it tried to go up and then the sun went up and damaged the rudder.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like,
because
just
they
immediately
said
eroded.
there's no bullet holes, and Nick said he was attacked by a turret.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is infected damage.
This is infected damage. From there they started running away, and one of them is like just falling, like disappearing.
Yeah.
Where are they?
This is where, like, there's no body. Where is she? Where's her body?
and that's why I think it's just those tunnels everywhere.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they're in a forest now.
Yeah.
Like they said that the park had turned into a forest. I think it's possible that maybe one while running just fell into a tunnel.
Yeah, yeah,
Or it was just grabbing, going under, and killing them or turning them
yeah.
Oh.
in the process.
Yeah.
Because what if he's starting his own little army?
Army.
Like it could be multiple different things in that aspect.
Yeah, that's true.
Whew, shoot. I generally love when the other dude is like, this is so heavy, this model gun is so heavy, and then he's about to toss it, and then I think it was Alex, right?
No, it wasn't. It was another dude.
Just one of the guys.
One of the other guys.
All right, come here, I'll help you.
Poor extras.
I love that scene is included there when he said, here, come here, I'll help you.
No, wait.
I know.
And grab like the
I
one
know.
who's trying to help.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the definition of a red shirt.
Right.
That's
right?
the definition of a red shirt, man. Like, oh, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do the right thing.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
done. So they tried to shoot the model gun and it didn't work, right?
Yeah, because this guy must have tougher skin
Yeah, because they said the
Either that or they just couldn't hit it.
because he was too fast.
well. Also, when they shot it, the gas tank was already damaged.
That's true.
So maybe the
Yeah.
momentum of the bullet is not that not that strong. Anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there, it was kind of hard to put together what was happening in that instant because the Monogun, I don't think it should be damaged because it's with the new squad.
The new
It's
squad
not-
or the trappers?
It's not Alex's teams. It's Vera's teams.
Yeah, it's very steam. Yeah.
And so when and why would that have gotten damaged? Because the Sun has been grabbing everyone from stealth and just grab pole. He didn't run at them swinging.
Yeah. I feel
Anytime
like
he contacted
I
someone,
feel
he
like
took 'em.
while they're running, they got hit.
He said it did get snagged,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
like,
they were trying to.
but
yeah.
you think like I believe they took shots before that, not many.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it was a couple shots and then they just ran
right.
because they didn't have the advantage.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting. I was really hoping that there would be more than just the one, because I was waiting for Nick to be able to show off. I want to see
He's-
Hawkeye.
Yeah, he's shooting ability.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only person in How many
And-
cycles was it?
Yeah,
Like 12
40.
cycles or 30
it's
cycles?
all Bert,
Yeah.
man. It's all Bert for sure.
Yeah, it's all
Bert
Bert.
training
How
for
many
the
hours
baby.
have I been in this
Right.
little? Yeah.
Okay, so from there, this one is a little blurred to me because I listened to it multiple times. It's like just so chaotic in my ears. I don't exactly know what happened. So I know they contacted the helicopter and they sent when they saw Lisa, right? They saw Lisa and then they tested Lisa and Vera sent Alex to the chopper, right?
He said
Yeah.
run ahead. Yep.
Yeah, run ahead and we'll radio you. And then they went up to
No, it wasn't we'll radio you. It's start the chopper. Like you go there, you start the chopper,
Uh-huh,
And then drop the rope.
Yeah,
and
drop
then
the rope.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
At the first sight of anything, go drop the rope, and then we'll radio you.
Yep. And then when they saw Lisa, Vera and Nick were together. They tested Lisa and all that. That was just
So
straight
Nick-
on point.
Nick was helping Lisa run.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like kind of carrying her, going. Vera was only worried about the vial
Yeah.
because she's like, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to get turned.
Well, I'm gonna help you now because I know you're not gonna bite me.
Yeah, in the moment she said that, then she started helping screw the
Right.
vial, like vial's done.
Right.
And then then the three of them are running,
Mm-hmm.
and then I believe in the moment shortly after that, Nick turned to fire, telling the other two to keep running.
Yeah.
He turned to fire. He took a few shots, and then when he turned around to go catch up with them, they were both gone.
That's right. Well, he
Yeah.
first saw Lisa down.
Well, they were both gone, and then after looking around
Oh,
for a
yeah,
second,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Oh, Lisa,
Okay.
like what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Vera, I need help. Oh, you're down too.
Oh, you too. And then he's like, dude,
And
okay,
then he's like, "What's this?"
dude, okay. So that scene gave me like so much of a Saul Lizzie to CJ. Like, who am I gonna save? Who am I gonna choose? Like,
Oh,
what is
wow.
going on? You know,
Yeah.
should I
That's
save?
tough.
Should I save my girl? Should I save this girl? Like,
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, yeah.
that's tough. Man.
because he can only carry one to the chopper or wherever his destination.
Yeah.
It's like I can't leave anybody in here. You know.
Oh, rewinding back, since you're saying that, remember how the guy said, "Man, if we didn't have to go save your girlfriend," and then he says, "Yeah, a soldier."
yeah.
If it
Oh
was
yeah,
you,
Alex.
was it
That was
Alex?
Alex that said that. Yeah.
I thought it was another dude.
No, that was a different dude.
Was it? Because I
Yeah.
thought it was
No,
down to
because he was
the
taken out.
they haven't seen Alex yet.
Yeah, because
No, they haven't seen Alex yet.
if you go back on
Yeah,
that,
because it was after. It's when people started going missing, and he's
I thought
like,
there was still one more guy left.
there might have been. So it could have been
Yeah,
one
it
of
was.
them. I
No,
thought
because
it was Alex.
This is
though.
why I said
No,
it
it
was
wasn't.
another guy, because this is when he was saying that. Yeah, if it was you, we would have went back for you and saved you. You would have been happy.
And you would have been happy, yeah.
And then- but then-
and that's why I thought it was Alex though, because
No,
it's like
because-
you were missing too.
Now that's when I said it. I think it's not Alex, because the guy looked at him where he ran out of Mata bullets because he was there fighting back,
Yeah.
whatever. He says, "Man, I wish I didn't say that," and that's when he snagged it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I definitely have to go look back and listen to
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
tripping. That was my.
because he apologized to Nick, didn't he?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
he said-
Alex
he
would
said, okay.
apologize to Nick.
Well,
though.
he didn't. I don't think he apologized. He just kind of was like, "You're right."
Oh
Like,
yeah,
go.
yeah. Because I don't think because the animosity between Alex and Nick. I don't think he would say that. I
Yeah.
think he would be too prideful to be like, yeah, you're
It's
right.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just such a chaotic moment that
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
where are we? Like, what?
Yeah, and his voice and Alex's voice is kind of similar, so I can see
Exactly.
it.
With what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Right. It's
I can
like,
see why.
Too similar.
But yeah, that was one of my. I
Even
thought it
Vera,
was a funny
like,
favorite scene.
there's some voices of Vera and the other chick, and then the other chick with the pilot. Their voices are way too
Yeah,
similar.
They got some similar.
Even
yeah.
Lisa, I'm like, come on.
Like, I'm with you guys. I'm at struggles of trying to figure out who is what
Yeah.
what. But I believe there was another guy who was just fighting back with the Mata, and he ran out of bullets or whatever. And then he said, and then that's when Saul said, "Man, I wish I didn't say that to him." And then that's when
yeah.
he got
Hold up.
snagged.
So when
was funny.
people are starting to
I mean, I know
disappear,
it's mean, but it was funny.
when people start to disappear, the reaction of one guy, it sounds excited. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I
like,
felt the
what
same
the
thing. I thought it was
hell?
the
Why are you
chick.
so happy?
I thought it was the chick. Was like, wow. It's like I felt I had the same reactions. Like,
Why are you so happy?
is she
right
in
now?
awe
You're
or in shock?
psychotic.
I thought it was shock. Yeah, I thought it was shock. I was like, "Whoa! Like, what the frick is happening?" Like, everyone just
I was like, I was sitting in my head. I was like, man, you sound too happy
Yo,
for this.
So
reverse
that-
pop goes the weasel.
Yo, those one chick when Nick said we're gonna go in that hole, and it's like, holy, are you seriously gonna go in that hole? And it's like, yeah, we're gonna follow what Sergeant said or whatever Sergeant said, and the
Whatever
girl,
Lieutenant said.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lieutenant said, and then the
says-
girl said, okay.
I know. All right.
Way to cave in right away. Just fight for your,
Like,
never
I can't argue. Let's go.
I know.
Oh,
Good
man.
line extra.
And then when Vera and Lisa was down,
Yep.
Nick
That's where he
got
figured.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, he figured out it's a dart, and
By a
then
dart.
Yeah,
Because he
was
said,
like,
"What is this?"
He's like, "Is this a?" He's like, "What is a dart?"
Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
And that
Yo, those two
wasn't
guys.
passing out, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, like, man, you're really tolerant. Oh wait, no, it's kicking in 3,
Two.
2,
Yeah. Yeah.
1.
Yep.
I
There
thought,
it is.
dude, that chick got a vibe, like a scratch vibe.
Yeah,
right?
it reminded me of those two, Scratch and the brother.
Latch, like scratch and
Latch,
latch kind
yep.
of thing. Oh, giving
I
me
at
so
first
much
I thought
vibe.
it was Scratch.
That's what I thought too,
I was having
man.
some non-flashbacks. No, you want to know what I?
A
Kind,
PTSD. That's
Dude,
scratch PTSD. Ah.
no, you want to know what I actually really want to see?
Mm.
I want to see her become part of the group.
Oh.
In that group,
I don't expect it,
Mm-hmm.
but what if her and the dude from the train?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think he's gonna be part of the group.
yeah.
but
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a moment.
Right.
Mm,
Right. So the way those two are rejoicing, like I get it, because they're trappers, they're looters. They're looters.
Yep.
You know, they
Yeah.
take, but they were so happy and excited. Like the zombie that's chasing them doesn't bother these two characters. You know?
Well, I think it's because they've probably been in that area for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They probably know that it only stays near its tunnels.
It actually gave me a little idea of what if they're working together. Would that be so bizarre to think that they might be the zombie
that's
and
way
those
far-fetched.
trappers
Yeah,
are
I would
working
say-
together?
I think it's a stretch, especially because it's like if more time had passed, I would think that could be possible. But especially with them leaving right away,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I mean, all of this is happening, like for
So
what
fast.
my thought is, for like the last week.
Right. Right.
Like I don't think that thing's been released for long, just long enough to make those tunnels in the surrounding area.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just so happy when that happened. It's like they're not in a rush or freaking out. Like, let's go. We gotta get the bodies and
I mean,
stuff.
they also might not even know what just happened fully.
Probably.
They might not know it's some super strong guy. They might have just thought that it was a group.
Yeah, well, because they also mentioned to Boar that how difficult it is or how scattered that place with infected.
I thought it
Mhm.
was the person on the radio wasn't the boar. They were referring to the boar.
We were referring to the boar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no.
I thought that was the boar.
The boar is the person they're talking to on
Yeah,
the radio.
the
Is
lady.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That kind of sound like Tanya a little bit.
Oh. I thought she sounded more heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that-
yeah, with the accent,
and
kind
she's
of.
like the girl that was saying like, I don't have one of those. Do I?"
Voiceover, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
I
you're
know.
fat.
I know.
Voiceover, I'm not saying you're fat. I'm just saying it just sounded more a deeper voice.
Yeah, right. Like an older lady with a, like a heavier older lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
yeah.
100% see that.
Yeah, okay. So she's the boar. I thought they were referring to the boar, like they were talking about in
No,
third
that's
person.
she's the.
No, I
boar.
believe she is the third person.
Yeah, she's
because
okay.
She's
the
Pumbaa.
walrus, and I don't think they've named who the woman is.
The trappers?
The trapper
No,
woman.
no, both of them they didn't name.
They
the two
didn't
guys.
mention
one of
them.
them's the
No, they didn't name. Because
oh yeah,
walrus
because they
is
were
a different
already
character.
sold. That's right.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
already sold, and that's where the walrus comes in.
Yep. So the other two
which
guys in the
think,
chopper were
which,
not.
I mean, in that case, then I think that like the boar's entire group, they're all going to be animals.
Yeah. So Nick said whoever's closer to the team, because someone said, I think it was Vincent who said that, or it might have been Alex. Alex said that what are we gonna be in a zoo, or are we get captured by
Right.
I think that was.
I think that was Alex.
I think that was Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And Nick's explained that
it
you
seems like
have
Vincent
to
knows exactly what's going on.
right
Exactly.
right.
But these four don't.
Yeah.
He's a what you call those walking merchants? He was a
I see he's a nomad.
Yeah, he was a nomad.
Because
he was I guess he was like all the whatever you use him for, but he had equipment and stuff to sell.
oh
And and then the
I
trappers
forgot
took
what you
it.
call those. Like there's merchants and those who like traveling merchants. There's a word for it. I forgot. Peddlers. I thought he was a peddler.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Well, he kind of made it seem like he was a jack of all trades because he made
True.
it seem like he was almost like a hired hand.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He made it seem like he sold stuff. which means he might. I don't think he's a peddler. He might be a scalper. Like he's like, oh well, I've got some stuff here. Like here you go, take.
Fair enough. Okay.
I bounty hunted some goods. Like I
Right.
went or I did this job and I got something. So let's trade out. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And but like with all of his information that he has, I feel like for the next part, I feel like he's gonna end up becoming part of that initial squad.
Right.
Because, just think of how fast the original cast became a group of 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
They've set up for that. They've kind of hint like, and the reason I say I would love for the woman to come back and be one is because the 6th was Bert. The 6th was someone with random amounts of weapon knowledge.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So if we're thinking that way, do you think the guy that was, chickening out in the back was a Datu?
Oh, let me say my did Vincent say that he's fat?
no.
Like a
I can't-
humper, like a. I feel like it's the same way how Samantha described Kalani. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I thought that's how it works, but I wanted that guy, because he's like he's holding on his suitcase,
Briefcase?
right? A briefcase, right?
Yeah.
And he's freaking out. Dude, I wanted that guy to be Skittles. So
That's what I thought too.
Bad. It's like, oh, can you, be
the
Skittles?
freak guy that
Can you
I
be Skittles,
mentioned
please?
that I thought it was. I was thinking maybe it could be Datu, but I initially thought it was Skittles. The guy was freaking out in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted it to be Skittles. Like 100%.
I would love to see Skittles come back for a cameo. Just
know,
for like
right?
that quick moment and gone. Just
Gone.
like
yeah,
he always does.
Yeah, I know. And his name is M&M's.
Give him a new name with this new 5 group.
It's definitely possible, like, because I mean he was like a kind of refined businessman, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
in like his past life,
Yeah.
and so he could have kind of reverted to that in his loneliness, but
Right.
Could be.
I think it's a fodder character.
Yeah. And what's in the suitcase? It's a pair of socks that Angel gave him. And a bag of, empty Skittles. That's why he's so treasured. Like, this is my stuff. This is my stuff.
This is my dead friends.
All right. So let's talk about where they're heading. What do you guys think?
I think they're going to a place where it's similar to Hunger Games gladiator stuff.
Mm-hmm. Who are they fighting? Other players or zombies?
Other players.
Both.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be something. I mean, like you said, similar to Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Where they're going to be fighting infected as well as each other, where it's
Yeah.
like, the winner
Yeah.
can go or the winner
Right.
lives kind of thing.
Oh, that.
That's why the trapper said, we've got a winner.
Yeah.
This one can't
Yep.
lose.
Yep. You know what reminds me of this whole thing? Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, something like that. I was thinking something like that, because you know how Thor was pulled out from the trash and dragged into to the.
And we have the winner, you know.
Yep.
That
And
just
then-
means they're going to have the, I know that guy.
Yeah,
we were.
that would be hilarious.
I know. Because the boar is, the boar is just like, what's the name of that dude in the Mastermind? No, in Thor Ragnarok. I don't even know. He's like his brother is the collector. He's the leader of the whole
Yeah.
place. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's giving me that vibe that Vincent said, well, if what's gonna happen to us, well, if you're important, you're gonna, if you know gardening and things like that, you're gonna be in this field, but you guys are well trained.
Yeah, you're on this
you
train.
guys are different.
Yeah, you guys are
It's
different.
like, why so? You know how to fight.
Yeah, you know how to fight.
Yeah,
so
you're
gonna
on
be in a
this
competition.
train, so
Yeah.
that means you're special.
So this is an additional type of people then, huh? This
No,
is not the Republican.
I think it's the Republic.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
Republican.
The
The Democrat.
No, I do think it's because they mentioned the place, like Prima or whatever.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they
Oh.
mentioned take them to, because they said that to the scalpers.
Gotcha.
They're
Gotcha.
like take them there, but make sure you don't land too close, because anything with the
That's
Oh,
right.
the mark
Westport-
of
West-
Westport.
Westport.
Port?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be
anything
shot.
with Westport
They'll shoot
marking
it
will
down.
get shot down immediately.
Yep.
So that
You're right.
immediately is like, it's the
You're right.
Republic. They're
You're
the
right.
ones that are at war with them now.
You're right.
And then
you're
this
right.
is where Walrus came out. Walrus.
Now, before we go to
Walrus?
Walrus, I'm gonna applaud Kyle for this phenomenal
Ace.
man.
Ace.
Sorry, Ace.
Ace.
I'm not even gonna edit it. It's Ace. I'm gonna applaud Ace, man, for that phenomenal prediction, bro. That was a solid prediction, man. That was some solid prediction. You said that
Your theories
Nick
are
is gonna
crazy.
be abducted. You know, from the previous episode that we posted, he said that Nick is gonna be abducted, and that's how it's gonna play around. And Michael, he said Michael's gonna be in a coma or some sort of bedridden, and he's not gonna die, at least not yet. And
Okay, we get it.
And,
you know, we know the history of Ace.
And then he
Ace
said,
has he can score. Like
Yeah.
his luck. If you know this guy Ace, his luck is ridiculous. Is just I don't know.
and then he said that
It's just handed to him.
This is when.
But I still love him.
This is when Nick is gonna start talking to the Republic, and alliance with the Republic, and he changed the whole.
I don't know about-
whole game.
I don't know about alliance with Republic. I think
No.
that it's gonna be. He's
gonna
I
realize
think
that-
they hinted it in part 1, chapter 1.
Yeah, this is where.
Change comes from the inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also think that Nick is gonna realize, we have other enemies than zombies.
Yeah.
So the dead person in the hole is not Republic, right? That's from the.
Is a civilian, just regular, right?
No. He's from the tribe or
He's from the followers.
the
Yeah.
followers. Yeah.
Yep.
And the followers believe that the new people are the zombies.
They're the evolution.
Yep,
of
they are the
humanity.
humanity. Yeah,
I don't want
Next
to look like
steps.
that.
dude. But man, Nick is keep waking up.
Yeah.
Like he's the
so
first person
He's a
who
tough
woke
kid.
up.
I think it has to do with
The blood?
with his DNA, because like some people are just more resilient to medical anything.
Yeah,
And some people it takes 3 times the morphine to get them down and stuff like that. And when Saul was having surgery, he's like, "Give me more morphine, give me more stuff,
right,
give me more
right,
stuff."
Right.
And so that could play very well into the reason why they don't turn.
Do you think Tanya died because of cancer?
No.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
I think that was just an excuse for everyone to know.
I think she might have had it, but I kind of think in the end she turned.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Do you think that's why Michael said that you're not going to like
At
it?
the end, you're not going to like it.
Man.
Yeah.
Either that or somebody from high up pushed her out.
I don't.
I will believe the push
I
out
don't
thing.
know. I don't know.
Like that one, that's a very far
I'm gonna
stretch.
go. I'm gonna go with the cancer.
I think it's a really far
Oh
stretch. but
wait. No, I don't want the cancer. I'm gonna go with the prediction of the cancer. I don't want
The
that.
prediction of the cancer.
With the
Well, they
idea,
all said
the
that
theory
she
of the
died
cancer.
6 years ago,
bad.
and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she died. She didn't die because of cancer. She must have died due to something else. And I believe in the part where Ace was saying that he got pushed out, or she got kicked out, not necessarily pushed out like off the wall or something like that. Because she's saying, because they kept saying that she was so obsessed with trying to study these things.
It consumed her life. I think another alternative to that is instead of getting she got sent away, because CJ would have been in charge. So I don't think CJ would have sent her away. Maybe she just left.
Probably.
She just left and maybe moved to Inglewood or something like that so she could study everything. I could 100% see that.
Gotcha.
That's true.
Which could also be how somehow the journal resurfaced because it came from the outside.
Yeah, because I don't think that whole Tanya thing is over. It's not.
No.
I don't think so.
We
No.
saw it in the first or second episode that someone handed Nick the journal, so
Yep.
it plays a huge part on what's gonna happen.
Right.
So Tanya is not over yet. Well,
No.
she's dead, but the whole story of Tanya is not over.
Yeah, we're going to find out what happened, what she was studying, how she got this information.
Yeah.
Possibly all the way to where things came from.
Yeah.
Because
the
if she's-
descendants.
Yeah, if she spent her later years looking into this, she got more information than anybody else.
Yeah.
The closest to her was Lizzie. Because Lizzie was the only other person that studied her. No one else let them study. And I mean, Lizzie didn't even get a lot of information, but she got
Yeah.
a couple things.
Well, Liz is just smart and she just
She
pay
was.
attention.
She was a psychologist, no?
Yeah.
Lizzie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's smart. She got doctorate. You remember what she said to Michael?
I thought she was studying.
Who here
to-
has the doctorate degree? Me.
Oh, that's right. Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Paging doctor. Oh, yeah, that's a different story. Yeah, that's
Dr.
for Saul.
Fabre.
Yeah, I know. And then from there, that is that where he ended?
No, it ended where they're like, you're gonna be taken to the games, and that was it.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Taken to the games. Did it bum you guys out that we didn't get more of Michael, or it's just expected that we're not gonna know
That is
what happened
exactly
to Michael?
what I hoped for. Literally, what they did is to a T
Yeah.
what I had hoped for.
After
Yeah.
our discussion from our last pod, I was like, okay.
And not just from the discussion from the last pod. It's from the story of survival.
No,
you know,
'cause
how
it-
long did they build up the
if
what
it-
happened to Michael's arm?
now listen, because that's true.
Like it's a long build up. Like he tried to mention the story multiple times and he wasn't
kept it
getting
close.
mentioned. He only got mentioned to Datu, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Before he died.
How he messed up his arm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
The very end, he talked about Randy.
Yeah, he
Oh.
almost like mentioned it when they went to Inglewood.
season
You know?
2, I believe. Or,
I thought it was season 3.
no, I mean like when when he broke his arm.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was season 1.
Yep.
Because it was
Yeah, 'cause,
it was broken for the war, which is chapter 12.
The war.
Yeah.
Oh,
when,
you're right.
When the
you're
Maulers
right.
first attacked.
Yeah.
So that
yeah.
means that happened in chapter 1 and didn't get brought up
Until
again
like later.
till chapter
I thought.
or till I think
I
it might have
had
been
a-
season 4.
Yeah, I thought it was later because that's
Was
when Randy came out.
14?
Yeah. What?
I think it's 14.
No. It was
14?
later.
No, it didn't come out until like Datu was dying.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
during
gotcha.
during
and
that part.
Datu was I think the last person to die before Saul.
Yeah, yeah. And what? How many chapters? 25?
No, I think it was later.
There's
still.
48 chapters.
There's 48
sorry.
chapters.
What am I saying? 40?
Yeah, there's
25?
12 per season. So I
Yeah.
think
I
it
thought it
was
was in the
like
30s.
I think it was like high 30s, low 40s.
It was like later. And Randy's story was short, but he played a role in turning someone.
Yeah, because he almost mentioned it
He
when.
almost got Tanya.
Oh, that's right. He almost got Tanya.
Because he almost mentioned it when Saul, Angel, and him were hanging out. He almost
Then
said
they
it,
got
and then it
pulled.
got interrupted.
Yep,
and then when
that's
they
right.
landed in Inglewood, he almost mentioned it again, and then it got interrupted
Yeah.
by Puck.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Michael
the
just
dot.
felt guilty
So
about it.
yeah. With that said, I don't think they will. It's expected that they're not gonna finish that whole arc or that story with what happened to Michael.
Randy
Michael.
died,
Oh.
right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Michael killed him.
That's right. I have
Yep.
to remember.
Yeah.
I think I mean they're gonna finish what's happening with Michael right now. I think that Michael's side of the story is gonna go more into the families.
Mm-hmm.
Does Michael
And-
have big involvement with the family? I thought it was just Angel. And
Angel
He just kept it secret.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's it. It's
Oh.
Angel, but I think whoever came for him might have been given misinformation of some kind, saying that he is the cause for one of 3 deaths: Durai, the pair of Latch and Scratch, or he's the cause of Angel's death.
Yeah.
So I think because by the time that the family might have found out, it could have been from somebody fleeing from the war
Yeah.
that happened in the colony.
And he's also like the well-known leader of the group.
Yes. Yep. Until for the whole time that Angel was a part of it, minus the short spree where Bert was in charge, it was always Michael.
Yeah.
After chapter 1.
Right. But man, your predictions in this
was
this show
spot
has been crushing, bro. It's been
Yeah,
it's been
it was
there.
solid.
I'm
It's been there.
trying.
It's been there. Just paying attention.
Trying. It's a natural.
All right. What are we should we talk about what are we expecting in the next chapter, or are we just leaving it open?
I believe that the 2 scrappers or what did they call them?
Trappers.
The trappers.
Trappers.
They're
Yeah.
gonna play a major role in. I think they're gonna be involved a little bit more later, because they
I'm
mentioned
hoping.
that. Because you guys mentioned already, but they said if we do this right, we're gonna be out of this thing.
Yep.
So I'm assuming they're gonna play a role of using them in a sense, try to get out of a situation,
Well, they might just be waiting around for whatever games they're going into
right?
for them to win, because maybe if they win, they get a payout from whoever they sold them to.
Yeah, because they were still withholding some other equipments that the board doesn't know yet.
Correct. They're holding several items, like probably the M16s and stuff like that, that never got mentioned.
Yeah.
They said they were going to sell on the side.
Yeah. Man, I know. It's like another Victor story, Like you think
Mhm.
Victor is just a side character in the colony who became a major character in the whole We're Alive.
Right. But then
Yeah, and also the old guy, which I mean, he died, but he played a huge role in the
Glenn.
Glenn. Oh, good job, bro. Give me it. Yes, Glenn.
Just took me an hour. It's
Glenn.
okay.
The guy, the radio guy.
Oh, radio guy.
Yeah,
Yes, it
yeah,
is
yeah.
Glenn.
He's the one who came up, who made the name for the Mata gun.
Dude, his voice
Ah,
is so
that's right.
distinctive.
It is.
It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
you can't
Place it anywhere.
Gosh.
yeah.
And I love the way he says things and like he drags some of the words. Yeah, you know.
And he's saying it nonchalant about this and that in
Yeah,
a serious
right.
moment.
It's definitely like an AM, radio host. You know
Oh
what I mean?
my gosh,
Right?
yeah.
Like an AM radio host. But man, so this is it. This is it. We hope you enjoyed the
Yeah.
podcast, and as much as you enjoyed, probably not, or maybe
I
close.
love it.
As much
You
as
can be a
you
close
enjoy,
second.
yeah, I
It's
know.
okay.
The We're Alive Descendants. If you agree to all of our assumptions and predictions, please comment down below and make sure you subscribe and like this video, and tell your friends about this.
If
And
we got
listen to
theories
Real
we
Life.
can steal from anyone, let us know.
Yeah.
exactly.
We would love to talk about more
For real.
theories. Like,
Right,
shoot.
I know. And
I
if-
love theory crafting.
Yeah,
Yes.
and of course, if you want us to credit you, mention your name, if you don't have any problems with that, we're gonna do it. We don't want to steal, the credit.
Steal your thunder.
Yeah, exactly. It's a story, or am I? Okay, so that's it for this episode. I want to say thank you to my co-host, to Ace
And WAKKA.
and WAKKA. We'll thank you guys for joining in and listening and watching to this podcast. It's been amazing. We cannot wait. We have a lot of plans that we want to do.
Yeah.
We're just enjoying this. We're just enjoying the moment. I feel like we're
I'm
just
excited.
hanging out. Like we do this all the time, and I love that people are getting jealous.
I know, that was fun. I was like, yo.
I mean, yeah, we really like when I said I love the theory craft. I mean, it's partially because of you. Because I
Yeah.
mean, we just talk about different shows and different
Yeah.
other podcasts we've listened to,
Oh, man.
and we just love bouncing ideas, and we're like, oh yeah, that's possible. No, that's stupid. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. And like this is regular to all the watchers, viewers, and listeners. We do this constantly in everything that we
Yeah.
do, and it's just so happened. And it's crazy. Most of the things that we do, interest-wise, they're all similar. Anime shows, movies, and things like that. And we talk about them. It's crazy
yeah.
how much we talk about it. Like it's so crazy that a lot of people that's around us get out of place because we just so into the conversation. And We're Alive is one of those conversations. We can take
Right?
you can take like hours and
Oh,
hours
yeah.
just conversation.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
We literally have to refrain from talking about these episodes till we sit down, because until we film this, we would probably be talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Literally, 11 o'clock today, I messaged you.
Oh, he said, "I knew it. I knew it. I was right."
I saw that. I was like,
I was avoiding everything
I know,
in me
I
from
know.
sending more because I
know.
just wanted to start talking.
I know.
about
Oh,
it.
man.
So we have a group chat, right? We have a group chat, and he will message me personally because I told him, "Yo, WAKKA hasn't listened to it. Calm down." He said, "Yeah, that's why I personally messaged
That's why I
you."
messaged you, because I knew
Okay.
you had.
Yeah. But yeah,
man.
if you enjoyed this podcast, if you have any concerns, any violent reaction, just comment down below. Follow
please
the
do.
We're Alive fan page, and on Facebook, just look for the We're Alive fan page, and you will see it. It's a public group, so you can easily join that. We're there constantly. We're there. We're answering
Yeah.
questions. We're watching people, reading comments, and things like that. Casey
yeah.
Wayland is there, and Lizzie.
and the missus.
What's her name? Mrs. Wayland. Is it Mrs. Wayland?
I think it's Mrs. Whalen,
I
right?
thought it was Mrs.
I thought it was Mrs.
Wayland.
Whalen.
Man, I might be wrong. I don't
I'm
even
sorry.
know. Lizzie, whoever voiced Lizzie. Yeah, she's there, huh? Blair. Blair. I love it. I love it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining in. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Later, guys.